What happens when you simulate the 2022 World Cup? The World Cup starts in literally less than a month, and now it's time to get excited, boys, and let's get straight into it. If you are not excited, then you need to get excited. Of course, tell me down below in the comments, who do you think will win the World Cup? Who are you cheering on if your nation is not in the World Cup? And I am absolutely terrified as a quite clear Englishman. It's going to be absolutely terrifying, especially when you consider our group of USA and Wales. Even though on paper they may not look scary, the back and forth on Twitter is definitely making me want to cry a little bit. There will be upsets, there will be heroes, and there will be absolute failings. So I cannot wait to get stuck in. The best way to simulate the World Cup is on Football Manager, because this is for me the best way to simulate it with the most accurate predictions, because on FM really anything can happen. Really any team can beat anyone based on a variety of factors. It's better than FIFA, I find. I don't find it when you simulate on FIFA, it's much more predictable, right? You don't really get a real vast variety of options. On here, anything goes. For all we know, we could get Tunisia winning the World Cup. That is probably actually possible. If you simulate it enough times, they can win the World Cup. Of course, as expected, all the groups are just like what we have in real life. So Group A with Ecuador, Holland, Qatar, Senegal, with also the correct players in each one, update to the current day stats. So this is a current update that they have the stats of what they have in FM23, so to the updated season and not to last season. So players that may have got better or may have got worse would be updated to that. Now some of you may be thinking, Viz, you did a simulation video about 5-6 months ago, so why are you doing another one? And the reason why is because I kind of messed up, and I messed up by the fact that I jumped the gun in terms of who I thought was going to make it for the playoffs, because technically they weren't played by then. I thought that Wales would go through, as they did. I thought Costa Rica would go through, as they did, but I kind of put Peru to go ahead instead of Australia. Obviously they didn't go to plan, and to this day I am still getting comments on that video just from Australians annoyed at me for the fact that they do not exist in it. So I want to rectify that and do one. Really, the entire video is all because I'm annoyed of Australians, pretty much. So this is your video. You may have noticed that they weren't in there at the start of the video. That's because I used the wrong file. Now it's the right file. And now here's Australia. And now they exist. Okay, so we can move on. If you do wonder who's top goal scorer in my save, it's Vizeh at Burnley. I've always liked him. So you may be wondering, why did I get this delightful England away shirt or the home shirt over there? Well, I did not spend £200 because I respect my money. I don't have that kind of money flying around because that takes the piss. By the way, Nike, you should be ashamed of yourselves for how much you charge for these shirts. So, if you guys would like any of the World Cup shirts but not spend your entire bank account on it, this video has been brought to you by 365kitshirt.com, where this shirt is from, and they've sent us a nice little package here to open for you guys. And in this bag, you're gonna like this one. Here we go. We have got the one and only, the Japanese home shirt for the entire tournament. I've got to wear this, I'm sorry. Look at that bad boy. That is absolutely beautiful. I got to put this on, I'm sorry. And there you go. It's absolutely beautiful, boys. If you want best place to buy the best replica shirts for the World Cup, then link is down below at top of the description and use code VZH for 10% off as well. So, of course, all the groups are correct. I don't think the layout of the games is exactly correct. I think there's some weird glitch when you try to do it on FM that it's not fully accurate. I don't think it really makes a difference in terms of what order the games are in. The games are being played in the same format. So, as you can see, England plays Wales first and not Iran. So, I doubt there'll be a big difference, but here we go. And kicking off the World Cup, Senegal versus Qatar, and it's actually a 1-1 draw. The man of Almarez Ali with a goal in the 95th minute to get a big point there for Qatar, and that could really impact Senegal. A huge point there for Qatar. Day 2 of the World Cup, where Netherlands beats Ecuador 1-0, and in Group B, USA gets a 1-0 win against Iran, and England, thanks to a Harry Kane penalty and also another goal, beats Wales 2-1, with Dan James getting the first goal in that game. On day 3 of the World Cup, Mexico gets a 2-0 win against Saudi Arabia, and Argentina, with help of Lionel Messi getting his first goal of the tournament, gets a 2-0 win against Poland. And in Group D, a bit of a surprise when Denmark actually gets just a point against Tunisia, and France demolishing Australia thanks to 2 goals of Kylian Mbappe. On day 4, the big boys faced up when Japan and Costa Rica got a draw, so did Spain and Germany. So Japan or Costa Rica really should have took advantage there. A draw does not help either of these two sides, and that may bite them both on the arse. And in Group F, Canada against Morocco. Canada with a first tournament in how many years, and a 2-0 loss to Morocco is not the way they wanted to start. And Belgium up against Croatia. Could have been an upset here. Either side could have won this, and Belgium gets a win here, gets a 3 points, and Croatia loses 2-1. Both the Hazard brothers getting a goal as well. Day 5 of the World Cup, and the first games have been played. Cameroon gets a 91st minute equaliser to get a point against Switzerland. Serbia, with a massive surprise, beats Brazil 1-0 by a goal by Illich. And then in Group H, South Korea and Ghana both draw, which may not really help either side as well. And then Portugal up against Uruguay, and Portugal, thanks to a goal from Cristiano Ronaldo, makes it 2-1. Alongside that as well, the second game of Group A, where Qatar could really make an impact and make a statement to go through, they lose 2-0 to Ecuador. So this is the state of the tournament in the first week, with the only real surprise being Brazil, bottom of Group G. And it is on day 6 where we get some incredible surprises here, where Netherlands loses 1-0 to Senegal. But not even that, Iran beats England 2-1. Jack Grealish getting sent off in the 47th minute, but then it was already too late. They were already 2-1 down, and Iran beats England 2-1. And alongside that as well, USA gets a big win up against Wales, which will turn Group B completely upside down, and I believe anyone can still go through here. Gareth Southgate is absolutely in the mud right now. And in Group 7, it heats up even more when Argentina sweeps aside Mexico, winning 3-0 with another Messi goal, and Poland sweeping aside Saudi Arabia, which leads to a massive playoff match almost, when Mexico plays Poland next game to decide who can go through. In Group D, a 1-0 win for Denmark up against Australia. Australia cannot get that point in the group, but they have got Tunisia next to give themselves some hope of getting a point in this tournament. And then France getting a draw to Tunisia, so Tunisia is still in the battle here, and they can still quite easily go through if they beat Australia, which is a big game for them. On day 8, it is not looking good for Spain, as Spain loses 2-1 to Costa Rica, leaving them on 1 point in the first 2 games of this group. While Germany beats Japan 3-1, they should be in a good position as they face Costa Rica next. And then in Group F, Belgium 2, Morocco 0, and Croatia beats Canada 2-1, meaning that both Belgium and Croatia should be in a good position to go through to the next round. On day 9 of the tournament, I don't really know what's going on here. Brazil beats Switzerland 1-0, Gabriel Jesus for the goal. Serbia makes it 4 against Cameroon, making Serbia now almost pretty much confirmed to go through to the next round. In Group H, Ghana beats Portugal 2-0, so Portugal are in threat here of getting knocked out of the group stage, and Uruguay and South Korea both draw 3-3 in an incredible comeback. And then Ecuador and Senegal gets a 1-1 draw, which means that it's all in a balance in that group. Going into the last game week now, and Senegal is qualified into the next round. However, Netherlands needs to beat Qatar. A draw will not be enough to get through ahead of Ecuador. In Group B, it is between USA, England and Iran, and technically Wales that can still go through to the next round. England is in threat of being knocked out if they cannot beat USA, and Iran gets a result against Wales. In Group C, Argentina should be comfortably ahead, and Poland v Mexico will be a massive game. If Poland and Mexico is in a draw, then Poland will go through. Group D can see Tunisia coming up with a surprise here. If Tunisia gets a result in their last game against Australia, then they could potentially go through. It depends on who is the victor. However, if France and Denmark ends in a draw, no matter what Tunisia does, they still can't go through, which I think could be a really dodgy situation if that does happen. In Group E, Spain are in threat. They have to beat Japan and you have to beat them quite well, because they could be well and truly knocked out, especially if Costa Rica and Germany as well ends in a draw. That means no matter what Spain does, they're knocked out. Group F, Belgium should be sweeping aside everyone, while Croatia plays against Morocco in a playoff game to go through. If it does level in a draw, then I believe Croatia should be going through based on goals scored. In Group G, Serbia are already qualified after really doing well in their group. Brazil have got Cameroon, so Brazil should be going through, you'd imagine, but I've seen crazier things happen. And in Group H, it's all kicking off. Ghana topping it, Portugal up against South Korea, Ghana up against Uruguay. Uruguay can still qualify if they beat Ghana by a good amount of goals, and if Portugal doesn't win, any team can still go through there. On day 10, we have got some incredible news here, as the Netherlands are knocked out of the World Cup, because Qatar beats Netherlands 1-0 thanks to a goal by Vizeh in the 88th minute from a penalty. Now, I don't know this game, but I think some dodgy things has happened. That means that Netherlands are knocked out of the World Cup, and Ecuador and Senegal goes through to next round. In Group B, though, it's even crazier, as even though England beats USA 1-0 and Iran beat Wales, that means all of USA, England and Iran are all on 6 points. So it's all down to goal difference. So one team will have to be knocked out even though they've won 2 games. And that team is Iran. All teams are on 1 goal difference. England scored 4 goals and USA scored 3 goals and Iran scored 3 goals. So I don't even know what happened for USA to go ahead of Iran. I guess is that the fact that Iran lost to USA, that must be the only thing that makes sense. Wales kind of just being a slapping team of the entire group. But that is an incredible looking table right there. Netherlands on the bottom of the group with Qatar, Ecuador and Senegal. On day 11, it was do or die time for Poland and Mexico. And in that game, even though Lewandowski made it 1-0 in the 8th minute, Mexico, thanks to a Gallardo 88th minute winner, takes Mexico to the next round of the World Cup in the round of 16, and Poland are being sent home. Argentina, thanks to 2 goals of Lionel Messi and an incredible performance, beats Saudi Arabia 3-1. And in Group D, Denmark and France ended up in a 2-0 win to France, meaning that if Tunisia beat Australia, then they would go through, and they did that thanks to a 2-1 win, thanks to Sakani and also Ben Robane. Australia did get a goal thanks to a Husic penalty, but that would not be enough. Only 1 goal scored in the entire tournament, and with 0 points for Australia. Meaning that Argentina and Mexico are through, and France and Tunisia are going through to the next round of the World Cup, with Denmark being sent home. On day 12 of the tournament, it was quite a sad one for the football purists, as the groups came as predictable as what they were expected to be. Spain were on the cusp of being knocked out, but they demolished Japan 4-0. Germany demolished Costa Rica 4-1, meaning that both Spain and Germany are going through to the next round of the tournament. And in Group F, Morocco loses 2-0 to Croatia. Canada loses 2-1 to Belgium. At least Canada scored a goal, but that means that both Belgium and Croatia are going through to the next round. And on the final day of the groups, it ended in Brazil beating Cameroon in that very important game 2-0, meaning that Brazil are going through to the next round of the World Cup, as Switzerland beat Serbia. Serbia still topping the group, but a bit of a wobble before the knockout rounds. So Serbia and Brazil are going through, with Serbia topping Group G. And in Group H, Portugal could have been knocked out, and it's not looking good, as South Korea did indeed get a point against them thanks to a Human-Son 89th minute goal, but Ghana beating Uruguay 2-0 means that Portugal just had enough. A point was not enough for South Korea, as they drew all 3 games. They went undefeated in the group and still couldn't make it through to the next round, which is really unfortunate. So the stage is set for the round of 16, as it will look like this: Senegal versus USA, Argentina versus Tunisia, Germany versus Croatia, be a big game. That Serbia versus Portugal, very predictable matchup that one. Belgium versus Spain, Ghana versus Brazil, England v Ecuador, and France v Mexico. I cannot believe it. Argentina has been knocked out of the World Cup by Tunisia. Tunisia's Dream World Cup is continuing after going ahead of Denmark in their group They've knocked out Argentina. They're in the quarterfinals. Also, quite potentially a surprise, the USA, thanks to a Reina 28th minute goal, knocks out Senegal. With Senegal having a fantastic tournament, they couldn't keep it going, and USA is also in the quarterfinals. If England got knocked out by Ecuador, there could be riots in the street. Fortunately for the country and the police of the country, that did not happen just yet, as England beat Ecuador only by 1-0 thanks to a Phil Foden goal in the 37th minute. France against Mexico as well could have been quite a tough game, and France made it through by 2-1 thanks to a Griezmann and Kylian Mbappe goal, and that could be the matchup for the next game, France versus England. Wow, this is the tournament of upsets, as Germany are knocked out by Croatia, which is somewhat of an upset, but not as big as an upset as Serbia 2, Portugal 0. 2 goals by Vlahovic, so both Argentina and Portugal are knocked out of the tournament. Also Netherlands as well, don't forget them. So, wow, this could be a ridiculous looking World Cup semi-final. And on the final day of the round of 16, everyone was cheering on Ghana to do something incredible against Brazil. Sadly, it was not the case, as Brazil beat Ghana 2-0 thanks to Neymar and Paulinho goals. Spain against Belgium was a big heavyweight match when either side could get the result, and in this match, even though Spain had 10 men since the 14th minute, they somehow came through with the win and beat Belgium 2-1, and Belgium, yet again, just not getting it right when it matters in the major tournaments. That means it looks like this for the quarterfinals of the World Cup. It will be the USA versus Tunisia, which no one thought would be a matchup, but here we are, boys. Croatia versus Serbia. That would be a big match, a very heated match as well. Spain v Brazil is a big matchup, but the biggest one, I believe, England versus France. Can England create something here, or will it be too much to ask? Sorry, Warsaw, no, I don't want a job interview. I've done nothing. Crew, I don't want a job interview. I'm watching the World Cup. It's been a fairy tale story for USA and Tunisia, and one team has to go home. And going home will be the USA, as Tunisia beats the USA 2-1 thanks to goal by Meria and Jaziri, and Zardes gets 1 goal back, but it's not enough, and Tunisia are World Cup semi-finalists. And another incredible story as well, Serbia will be joining them as they beat Croatia 1-1, well, on penalties, I do apologise. Perisic and Jurisic gets the goals, but it's on penalties where it's all decided, and Serbia are also World Cup semi-finalists. If I am not mistaken, that means that the World Cup finalist is going to be either one of Serbia or Tunisia. Whoever of these 4 teams, England, France, Spain or Brazil, whoever one of these 4 can make it to the final, I mean, it's looking very, very likely. It all relies on who can hold their bottle. But England v France, we are going to be watching the game. The lineups as follows. It's a 4-3-3 for France. Stones finds Sancho. Sancho ball in. It's Phil Foden at the back post. And that is England 1, France 0 in the quarter-final, as Southgate maybe onto a masterclass here. He's not going for a 5 at the back. It's a 4-3-3, so maybe he's going for it, which be quite surprising and probably quite unrealistic. Holds up well, finds Sissoko to Varane. Varane to Sissoko with a fantastic ball to Mbappe, and what a ball that was by, of all people, Musa Sissoko, as Mbappe makes it 1-1 level in this game. Where did that ball... Is Sissoko even still playing for a team right now? I presume he is somewhere in France, but still, I've never seen Sissoko do that. Almost 10 minutes left. Calvin Phillips to Grealish. Grealish ball in. It's back post. It's yet again Phil Foden, a carbon copy of the first goal. He is onside, and England are ahead in this World Cup quarter-final. England 2, France 1. Jack Grealish doing some fantastic work down the wings. What a fantastic driven ball that is across the face of goal. And Foden doing the exact same as he did for the first goal. Gets him back in the net, and now it is now advantage England, but France is on it. Corner is bouncing, and it is cleared, and that is the end of the highlight. With 1 minute left, there will not be any, and England beats France 2-1. They got beat by Iran in the group stage, but France couldn't make it pay. They didn't have the best chances, and from what we saw, England deserved the win. Trent was playing as a centre mid, which actually could make sense. Could be some tactical genius from the likes of Southgate, but Phil Foden backstick both times, and right now could be an England hero. And at the same time, it was Spain versus Brazil. I could only watch one of the two games, and Spain are knocked out of the World Cup as Brazil beat Spain on penalties. Casemiro with the goal, and that now sets up the World Cup semi-finals, which will be Tunisia versus Serbia in a World Cup semi-final. And on the other bracket, Brazil versus England. I mean, this is ridiculous. We may get Tunisia as a World Cup finalist. They could. I swear I said when I started this video that Tunisia could win the World Cup. I swear I said Tunisia. If they do this, then I don't know what I'm going to do. People just not believe that this video is actually real. Of course, we're going to attend that match. If you told me that I'd be witnessing a Tunisia versus Serbia semi-final, then I wouldn't know what to say to you, my friend. But this is Football Manager. This is football. This could happen. I know it seems impossible, but this could happen in real life. Tunisia versus Serbia. Who are you backing? Just right now, just pick which team you want, because either way it'd be incredible. It will be another highlight to Tunisia. It's a free kick, back post, and it's over the bar there by the Tunisian centre-back, Sassi. Some lovely triangles here. Sarafi to Romane, Sarafi, Ben Youssef. There's some players running for the channels here. Can he find one ball with Bron? Takes a poor pass there, but he gets caught out. Ladouni in the box. It's Safari. Sarafi. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I butchered his name. But I cannot believe what I'm witnessing here. Tunisia are 16 minutes away from a World Cup final. Ludoni, fantastic work rate. Ball across the face of goal. The goalkeeper should be getting onto that. Who's marking him? And Sarafi could be a hero in the country of Tunisia. Wildness, chaos, carnage is on the streets here as 5 minutes are left here. Not a single highlight for Serbia. They are really wasting their golden opportunity here as 1 minute is left here, and they've done it. Tunisia are in, or is it? It is! Tunisia are in a World Cup final. Tunisia are World Cup finalists, with Serbia with a somewhat pathetic game. I mean, they've had shots apparently, but I did not see a single one. Tunisia, one clear-cut chance, one goal, they made it count, and Sarafi, this man here that plays for Zulte Waregem from Belgium, is a hero. No matter, even if they win the entire tournament, he is a hero. Where are you going to build a statue for Sarafi? There'll be one Tunisian person that'll be watching this, probably absolutely just cringing by the fact that I'm completely butchering your people's names. I'm so sorry. I'm not Tunisian. Here we go. Now, I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like this feels like the final. The final before the final, which is technically the entire point of a semi-final. However, because of the fact that the finalist that either side here could face is Tunisia, it feels like this is the big one. If you could get past this game, then really it is all yours to take. I don't want to give any disrespect to Tunisia here, but I mean, I don't know. You never know. They could pull off something incredible here, but this feels like the real final. Now, I know that Southgate football has not got the best connotations, but this may be a bit too far as Saka is through on goal. Saka's one-on-one. What a save by Alisson Becker. What a save. Saka gone through on goal. Could have been the perfect start to the second half here. It's still going on and still threatening. Tomori, Jack Grealish. Can he get the ball in? He can. It's bouncing, but it's cleared by Dani Alves. And that is the end of the highlight. And England moves back forward again. Bellingham finds Saka. He's one-on-one. Back yet again. And he's missed it again. Saka has missed another one-on-one in a span of 6 minutes as Alisson makes another big one-on-one save. Kane with a header on target there from the corner. Alisson makes another save and it's all advantage to England. Back to Saka here. Saka will be completely devastated, but hopefully still inspired to go through. Grealish, one-on-one yet again, and Alisson has made another incredible save. And England cannot keep missing these chances. They can't keep missing these because at some stage, it is inevitable that Brazil will get their chance. Kate, I don't know what you're doing here, pal, but he's now playing Harry Maguire as a right winger. You're playing Harry Maguire as a right cam. He's playing Harry Maguire as a right winger. He's still there. What are you doing? Yeah, he's not even on the bench. He must be injured. We've now gone back to the 5 back here. It's now extra time. There's been no highlights. I'm just confused what's going on here. Is there one more highlight? And there isn't. It is going to penalties in a World Cup semi-final between England and Brazil. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what I've witnessed here. Not again. Not again. Rashford steps up. He puts it away. He takes the first step in the shootout. It will be Brazil to make it 1-1. Gabriel Barbosa makes it 1-1 here. Jack Grealish steps up. He will go to the left. And it's 2-1. Alisson has had a fantastic performance this game. It only feels like he's going to keep it going. Dani Alves, historic. And he makes it 2-2, goes to the right. Can Aaron Ramsdale become a hero to the people of England? Jordan Henderson steps up. And he goes to bottom left. 100% conversion rate so far for both sides here. Thiago Silva, a bit surprising. He goes to the left as well. And he puts it away. 3-3. Calvin Phillips now steps up. I don't have a good feeling about this. Calvin Phillips goes to the right hand. Alisson went the right way. It was too far to the right. It's 4-3. Gabriel Jesus goes to the left as well. And my good lord, it's now all down to this. Jude Bellingham to make it 5. Goes to the left. It's 5-4. 5-4 and all the pressure, all of the eyes is now on one man. And that man's name is Fabinho. Fabinho to send it to sudden death in a World Cup semi-final. The winner of this game faces Tunisia in the final. It goes to the right, and it's a save by Aaron Ramsdale. You cannot say that is not deserved. Calvin Phillips playing as a right winger. Harry Maguire playing as a right back. I have no idea what Southgate has done in this game, but somehow he's survived it. Somehow he's made it work. I have no idea how. But England are in a final up against, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but it will be, I can't believe it, it's Tunisia versus England in a World Cup final. If England bottles this, then I would not, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do. If you are interested of the 3rd place playoff, Serbia actually beat Brazil on penalties. It was a 2-2 game. Vlahovic gets 2 goals yet again. Don't know where he was for that Tunisia game, but he was here for this game. And it was a 2-2 draw. However, surely not. Surely not. It all comes down to this. The World Cup final. Tunisia versus England. I can't believe it's England, but I cannot believe really that it's Tunisia. People will believe that this is rigged. This is just the beauty of Football Manager. Here we go, Bellingham, what a ball. Sancho, he chips the goalkeeper. And just like that happened so fast. But it is England 1, Tunisia 0 in the World Cup final. Bellingham with a ball of literal dreams there to Sancho. And the pressure on him to chip the keeper is absolutely insane. And he did that with some absolutely fantastic composure. And it is 1-0 to England, which is probably expected, but I got a feeling that this is not it. One more goal will see the game out and will surely send England as a World Cup winners. Here we go. Saka through on goal, and it makes it count this time. He had so many chances against Brazil. Alisson denied him, but here it's almost like it's meant to be. that in the final, the players that can make it all count is Sancho and Saka, who of course missed the penalties in the Euro final, and Rashford on the pitch as well. It could be something that is like poetic like, and he just couldn't get to it. England hoofs it up. Rashford goes through on goal. Surely not. Oh no. That would have been really poetic if the goal scorers of the final was Saka, Sancho and Rashford. That was it. That was the moment. With 3 minutes left, it's all ticking down, and ladies and gentlemen, your winners of the World Cup. It feels like a bit of a weird final. That's why that Brazil-England game, that felt like the final. That felt like whoever won that would go on to win the entire thing. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, in front of your very own eyes, confirmation that the winners of the World Cup will be England in the game, and most importantly, in real life. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. How realistic is this? I have to find out. Okay, I mean, don't forget, England lost 2-1 to Iran in the group stage. England could have been knocked out. They were level on points with USA and also Iran, so it wasn't just guaranteed. It wasn't that easy. But there you go, boys. I hope you guys will enjoy. Tell me down below, who do you think won the World Cup? And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.